So it's a Friday night. What are you planning on doing?
You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 158. Oh shit! You heard that was doomed right off the bat. Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. I am back in the fucking building here. Solo dolo this time, and I'm breaking all the fucking rules. And I got this, my favorite Wegmans sparkling water, black cherry vanilla, man. Nobody else, there's not another thing that fucks with this, like even close. This is the best shit ever. And I don't get it all the time. So I'm enjoying the shit. So last Limited Trust was a little early. I hit you off early for my birthday. I said, let's bless the folks with something for the birth. And so we hit up the Limited Trust with Jimmy the fucking Ghost, and really spent about an hour and 40 minutes getting through about the first about 15 minutes of him and I's relationship. So I really would like to get him back. I'm hoping that he was cool enough with the episode itself and everything that we talked about to then come back. I'm wearing these new fucking sweatpants that my mama got me. They are nice, but they might be a little too warm because we have a little late fucking little temperature thing going on right now, which is fine. But anyway, so as long as Jimmy is on board, I would definitely love to get him back out and sitting down again and talking about the next 20 years of the 20 years following the first 15 minutes that we got through and talked about. And maybe dive into some other subjects. Because usually I feel like the first episode is usually like kind of the intro episode of, with a guest anyway. Like how we got to know each other and different things like that. And then I think we could get into other topics, because Jimmy and I are big conspiracy people, such as true chains. So it would be a similar topics, I would have to imagine. Or like I could actually watch that fucking film that we were talking about, fucking 2001. and actually have a discussion about that. So after that, after the birth, we went to, the next day, I had it booked to go to the fucking Big Indian Drift Pit, and that shit was fucking wild. I went for a ride with the dude Dane, who I'd say, he's a friend of mine now. Cool ass fucking dude. He's got I can't remember what year it is. It's a fucking turbo 5.0 Mustang, and that shit, I never done nothing like that. I've done roller coasters. I've done the thing where they fucking bring you up and then, they let you go and you swing from however many 100 feet or whatever. I've done dumb shit. I've rode fucking four-wheelers drunk in the dark fucking at 60 miles an hour in the woods, which is crazy. Not in the woods, through a fucking apple orchard that went into the woods. So it was a nice big straightaway, super dangerous. Ended up crashing that shit into the canal. Eventually, not that time. But as thus far in my life, nothing has quite felt like this. So if you ever get a chance to do any kind of drift thing like that, I'm telling you, you should just go do it at least once in your fucking life. It is weird because it breaks the rules of your mind that you're used to, if that makes sense. Like when you're in the safety of a vehicle and you're buckled up, like your brain has been programmed to always want the opposite of being totally out of control. But yet these people who do this are in control, but while the car is technically out of control, it is broke loose, fucking, it is not doing what it should be as far as driving wise. So the controlled out of control. And that shit was fucking awesome. And so we went for the first run, and I was like, whoo! And he's like, you want to go again? And I was like, fucking hell yeah, I want to go again. I said, are you sure? He goes, fuck yeah, man, it's your birthday. Let's fucking... So we lined it back up and fucking went again. That shit was dope. It was just the whole night was, it's always a good time there. I've never had a bad time there. Never had even a bad experience at these things. So we did that on the birthday. That was cool. My dad came for a little bit, and then we just hung out and fucking kicked it, and then finished off the night there. And so it was a good time. And thank you everybody for all the birthday wishes. I fucking do appreciate it. What else? So then, in between then, I'm trying to think of what the fuck else has been happening here. Oh, so then I met another dude there, and he's, I don't know, he's like the figurehead of this place. There's like several, I'd say there's probably 3 figureheads of this drift pit, and the fucking place is huge. I mean, I'm telling you, if you're listening to what I'm telling you, go to fucking YouTube, go to Big Indian Drift Pit, and just see what the fuck it is. They live stream every Thursday at the events. Like I think I'm going back soon. They live stream these events, and not only is it just cool as shit, but it's a cool opportunity for networking with people. Like, you wouldn't think so, right? So I'm talking with one of the figurehead dudes. His name is Gushi Burr. Gushibburr. His real name is Shane, but that's like that's his identity there, and he is a fucking nutcase. And he is one of the nicest dudes I ever met. Super fucking nice dude. And so I met him, that day, and that's where he's got the red sweatshirt. I didn't meet him. We talked a few times before that, but I got to introduce myself then. Anyway, so then I'm thinking about it. I gave him that sweatshirt, and he fucking put it right on and hosted the whole night. He's a host of the shit too, so he was hosting the whole night with the DevU red sweatshirt, which is fucking way cool. So I was like, all right, cool. I just so happened to have his fucking size. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, Gushi Burr. I said, we should do a fucking crossover collaboration. Gushi Burgundy. And I'm going to try to make this shit smell like fucking burnt rubber. And I got 2 of the ingredients in. And this is scent ingredients, because I'm pretty sure I already know how to make the burgundy. And I have all the stuff for that. And I got 2 more en route of all this research that I did about scents. And I'm going to try to make it smell like a fucking burnout, and do a little limited release fucking project like that. And I think that shit will be fucking dope. Well, you tell me what you think. So then I'm doing that, and he does all kinds of, competitions and all this shit. So I figure there could be a way to fucking meet some new people and do some different things, and that's what I did then. So then last night we worked it out to go again. And there was all these dudes from Australia there with these fucking crazy Holden cars, or whatever the fuck they are. Are they Holden? And there was like a 74 Toyota Corolla that was like one of the loudest fucking cars I ever heard. It like made, you could like feel it in your fucking jaw. It was fucking almost too much. And they did like, they're in the States for this fucking, the Burnout Nationals or National Burnouts, whatever the fuck it is, competition in Middletown, New York, about 6 hours from here. So they were there going fucking absolutely crazy. So last night, they had that, they had the flamethrowers, they had the guy flying on the fucking paraglider. I got to see Dane, I got to see Gushi, I got to see all these other fucking people, and then they kept saying that Deion Dawkins from the Bills might show up, right? So I think that kind of rumor spread like a couple days beforehand, and there was the most people I ever seen there. There was a ton of motherfuckers there, man. Ton of fucking people. And I'm looking, and eventually it's like the night's dying down. Everyone's still running, like the cars just run all fucking night. They're just running, screaming, doing crazy shit. And it got to like started getting cold. People were leaving, and Deion Dawkins has a brand called Snow Motorsports, which is like his thing of drifting with his car and his, you know, I guess a team, and they got a tent there, and Erica was like, oh, I want to get some of those, and I'm thinking they're gonna be fucking $40 a t-shirt, right? They're $20. So she got 2 shirts, 2 different shirts, and we went and sat back down and fucking, and the place thins out like really quick. I think people are like, he's not coming. And then I'm just like sitting there looking around, and I look back over at the tent, and there's a dude sitting there with a hoodie on, with the hood up, but pulled tight. And we looked right at each other, and I was like, I look like that motherfucking Deion Dawkins. So I asked her, Date, is that him? She looked and she said, yes! She got so fucking excited. She jumped up. She goes over. Can I get a picture? There's like nobody around. There's the 2 dudes working the fucking tent and Deion Dawkins sitting there fucking in the chair. All these people like didn't notice him there. Like all these motherfuckers, like this is definitely Bills country, right? They got Bills trucks. They had the Pinto Ron there. They fucking covered them with ketchup and mustard like they do at the games like last night. It was fucking crazy. And so he goes, yeah, he's like, I'm only doing pictures if you bought some merch. and she goes, and the kid was about to speak up and say like they already did, and she goes, I did. And he got this big ass smile on his face, and he's like, come on. And so they got the picture, and then he ripped this fucking car around, this BMW, like crazy. Yeah, it was fucking, yeah. This shit is nuts. He gets out, and Ronnie's like, I could tell Ronnie wants to go. So I said, fuck it, man. I go take the same shirts and go up, and we'll get a picture too, and say, yo, we got these shirts. So we ran up, and fucking Ronnie gets the picture, and I said, hey, man, good luck on Sunday. And he's like, yo, thank you, fucking slap up. And then on the way home, we're talking about the cars, we're talking about that, and I go, that fucking place is like the craziest circus I ever fucking seen. Like, there's professional athletes, there's fucking professional drivers, there's fucking cars, crazy fucking shit. I really can't think of anything else that I like to do better than that. Like, really, right now, as far as like doing shit. That shit is so fucking fun. I wish it was on a Friday night. It's on Thursday. I constantly have to alter my work schedule and do all kinds of shit to make it happen. It's an hour away. Not a big deal. Some people drive 2 hours. But as the night is winding the fuck down, that happens or whatever, I'm like kind of staring off into the fucking shit. And Erica, and it's loud, like pretty much the whole time there. Like you gotta like, there's a little breaks in between people where you like can like talk, and then besides that, it's like real difficult to hear. And a little break in between that, Erica goes, someone's wearing your sweater, someone's wearing something like that, and I couldn't really hear. And Ronnie goes, yeah, right there, and I said, and I'm looking around, I go, where? I mean, there's probably a couple hundred people there at this point. But earlier, when there was probably 1,000 people there. So it was like really thinned out. When there's a couple hundred people, it's a really big place, so it doesn't really look like there's that many people there. And I'm looking, and I'm like, I can't look fast enough. I'm trying to find it. They are terrible. Everybody that I'm with is terrible about telling you where something is. They just say, there's a bird! Where, motherfucker? I'll be operating a motor vehicle at a high speed on the fucking thruway. I'm doing fucking 80 miles an hour. They're like, look, it's a fucking bird! Well, look where, motherfucker? Anyway. So I'm like looking around, where? There! I look over to the left, there! By the time I go, there's a girl and a dude walking, and I could see that it's obviously the girl who has on the black sweatshirt because the dude had on a hoodie for axes and nails. And is it her right there? I said, it was the devil, you know, and they go, it's the same fucking one you're wearing. I said, oh shit. So that was, I had actually been talking about that for a couple years now, that I've never been out in public anywhere and randomly saw somebody that I didn't know with some shit on. And that was the first fucking opportunity for that to happen, and I totally fucking missed it. But they all saw it. And then eventually we figured out who it was. So shout out to you. I'm not saying I don't want to blow up no spots, but way fucking cool. I fucking wish I would have got to fucking see that for myself. But at least other people did. You know? So what else? So that was that has been my last couple nights about. But anyway, I'm trying to fucking meet some people at this shit and try to see if I can get Devastator into some more lanes. Like I know there's not really much that I can offer, but these type of things I think would be cool to do cross, you know, whatever. And I was talking to someone the other day, and I know that from a business perspective, when I kind of share my personal life or my thoughts or whatever, or things that aren't fucking graffiti related, that's like kind of, I don't want to say not what I should be doing, but I mean, really, I guess for lack of a better term, it's really not what I should be doing as a business or as a brand. But then I kind of had to think about it in this discussion, and we were talking, and that is kind of like the brand. Like Devastator is just like an extension of my personality in a different form. And I think that's what people connect with, because a lot of people won't see the dog head and know what that is, or even hear the name or know what that is, or whatever, but they know me, and they know that that's me. They're you know, they go together like peas and carrots. So after much debated mental fucking wrestling with myself, I'm going to continue doing Devastator as Devastator and also as me. And I got a feeling that there's people that might not like it, and I see that. I see, like, if I post something in a story, or if I make a post about something that's not fucking graffiti related, like, people skip that shit, or they don't interact with it, or whatever. And that's fine. I mean, you want to see what you want to see, but also in a little bit of a way, to me, it's kind of depressing, because that tells me that there are a large group of people that just want the Devastator page to be a fucking graffiti repost page. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to see that all the time. They just want to see, like, oh, you know, if I even post down in the fucking workshop or whatever, when I post shit like that, usually that just brings a bunch of fucking, oh, this is what you should do. Oh, this is what the blah, 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 all that type of behavior. And negative, or not, I wouldn't even say negative, but just that know-it-all fucking bullshit. But like shit, anything about my family or anything like that, it gets less play. But I don't fucking give a shit, really. Like this is, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And sometimes I guess it might not be good for business, but for the people who rock, who have been here, who have been sticking in there, like the new Shopify platform. I took all the data from the Big Cartel platform, and Big Cartel would never tell you like how long someone's been with you, how much they've fucking, like, just their history as being a consumer of Devastator. Like what do they got? You know what I mean? Like what do they got at home? And some people have really fucking been with this shit for a long time, and I've like recognized names and shit, and from people who have been rocking for so long, and I don't think that came from like, oh, he only posts graffiti, oh blah blah, I don't think it came from that. I post Devastator shit. And sometimes that's mixing, sometimes that's manufacturing, sometimes that's fucking drilling holes, sometimes that's me practicing my polishing. And I know a lot of people don't like that either. And really, these are all just elements of like, if I started doing like fucking, long form videos of paint drying, there's probably people who would enjoy that, but that was a bad example. But if I started doing like fucking, whatever it is, if I did anything like completely opposite of graffiti or criminal activity, if I fucking did a documentary about the ocean and fucking the biological life forms in the ocean, people would be like, what the fuck? And I understand that. But if I want to, that's what I'm going to fucking do. because people who have been rocking for years, they're rocking with me in what I'm doing in the fucking community that's built from this. I know that there's a lot of people that met through this shit. And fucking shout out to Gasp, Rip Gasp, because Gasp was a big bridge builder when it came to fucking introducing people to Devastator and interacting with the people from Devastator and interacting with collaborators and fucking and getting like punch marker shit, he had fucking Machine Studio shit, he had fucking everyone's shit, like, and that's the kind of shit that I like, is that, and I always said too, early on I didn't like it. I only wanted people to fuck with me, because I was like, I hadn't learned yet that that's not the way to be. And now I've really grown to appreciate it when I see myself in a lineup with other people, with other ink fucking people, with other brands, with other shit. I like that. It makes me feel like I don't want to be, and I never wanted to be. I mean, I guess I want to be the best, and that's just, I think everyone wants to be the best at what they do. Of course, I would like to be the best. I'm also realistic, though, and I know that just being in the fucking same breath as some of these other great fucking creators is a large feat, and to me it's better than being the best. I like to feel like I'm with you guys. I'm with these other creators, and that fucking together we're like a fucking force to be reckoned with, really. Because these alliances that I've built. So there's a lot of important shit there. But I think that's because of this Devastator community that kind of was built off of this extension of my personality. And maybe I'm just tangenting about things because, I don't know. I don't know why. But I'm constantly thinking about how to bring more things to the table for everybody to enjoy, and I'm thinking, if I think something is fucking cool as shit, I want to share it with you. So like this big Indian thing, 99.9%. Well, no, because there was someone there fucking yesterday. So 98% of everyone, of Devastator's fucking people, will never make it there because, you know, you live in Wyoming or Kentucky or California. But if you make it out there, you will have a good time. Or for that matter, if you find something like that in your area, go to it. Go have fun. So then come back to me and say, dude, I went for a fucking ride with this da-da-da-da-da. It was the most crazy thing in my fucking life because you feel like you're going to die about every 3 seconds because I probably didn't finish this earlier, right, punch marker? You feel like you're going to die every 3 fucking seconds, but then you don't die. And you're like, okay, cool, didn't die. And then you're like, oh, about to die again. And then you're not. And then it's done. And what was weird is I said to Dane when we fucking pulled out, when we got out of the pit the second time, I said, and we like came in and you're driving through and there's people fucking everywhere. And he went back to his, you know, he's going back to his fucking parking spot in the lineup. And then there's just like tons of people all over the place. And I said, man, you know what's weird? I go, when we go into the chute and fucking come out and do all this, and you know, you're waiting the whole time in the chute to go, in a line of fucking other people about to go, and the whole time out there, I said, it feels like this fucking place is empty, you know? And then you get back to fucking reality, and then there's a million well, not a million people, but then there's fucking people everywhere. So it's kind of what that really reminded me of in that moment was when I would be on stage, like when I did this one club in Buffalo, and it was packed. They weren't there to see me. They were there for the event that I happened to be on the card. But when I got up on stage, you know, I'm in the crowd until it's my turn, and it's fucking elbow to elbow. My mother, Nikki Barnes, King Lear, and I don't even think Snooki was there. I think it was just us 3. Well, it would be us 4, counting me. And we were like fucking elbow to elbow in this club. We are out of our, well, I felt like fucking middle school, but everybody else is like out of their fucking element there. We were the only white motherfuckers in there, and it was thugging. And I would bring people to shit like that all the time and put them in these crazy positions and shit where things got fucking out of hand. But that was just because that was the circuit I was in. And, so I see what everyone likes. I see what everyone's reacting to. I know the other people on the card who ended up being fucking Benny the Butcher, Griselda ended up being him, and Conway's all their people. And Benny was on the same circuit as me. And like Duffel Bag Hot, he's in fucking prison right now. But he was on that show card, and we ended up getting to know each other. I think I talked about that a long time ago. But I went up, and I knew the place is packed. I see what everyone likes. I see what they like, and I know that what I'm about to do is not like that. And you're nervous, and you stand on the stage, and I know that's why they put the lights on you. Supposedly, they say that it's, you know, to light up the performer, but also you can't see the crowd then. And I didn't know that until I was in that position. And then you hear the beat start, and and it was almost like autopilot, but it was like I was in there by myself, and I was performing for nobody, but I was also performing for everybody. And that was the kind of the feeling that I got in this shit. Anyway, so I'm trying to develop this new scent. What else do we got going on? Oh, I dropped that pink. I don't know if we talked about that last time with Bo, with Jimmy the Ghost. But I actually pre-mixed it. Now, I was trying to run with it, and everyone wanted it. So I said, okay, here it is. And then nobody fucking grabbed it. So I might have to do a little bit more of a push on that, because it's a really nice fucking color. It definitely doesn't last for shit in the sun. The test line I did is already starting to go crazy and fucking, but it will be white. Once the pink goes away, it'll still be white. So it's not going to disappear. It's going to be white. It's just, it won't be pink forever, especially anywhere sunny. Inside, it'll stay pink forever, I have to imagine. But, you know, I'm not bullshitting anybody. I'll tell you guys that. I tell you all that shit. That's just what it is. It's the nature of this whole fucking thing. None of this shit is permanent. You know, like in general, graffiti is not permanent. It's an impermanent fucking medium. You know, it's not real actual graffiti. Graffiti art on canvas, you know, that's not what I'm talking about. Talk about actual street fucking graffiti is not a permanent thing. So that will happen, but it'll still be white though. And I haven't really seen buff tests with the white. I didn't really do any, so I don't really know what happens with that. I don't fucking know. Probably just I don't think it smears. I'm gonna have to do that. I kind of forgot about doing that. I was so fucking happy to make a fucking white, to make the bullshit that I went through to make that. Having to just end up doing it myself and figure it out myself with the help of Hal. I was very happy, and I actually kind of forgot about like doing any fucking, you know, my normal testing, but I don't even really think of fucking white ink as like that. You know, everyone knows that the violets and the things like that are the ones that are the fucking real damagers when it comes to shit like that. But whatever. So got some things going on, man. I got some ideas. I want to do some projects. I want to do all this shit, and I don't want to go anywhere. And it's getting cold. It's gonna be winter here, and I know that doesn't shut down the rest of the West Coast and shit. So I usually get kind of actually a little bit more busy in the winter time. But all this fucking around outdoor shit that I've been having to do is not going to be prevalent. So I'll have more time for development. And I really want to see what I can come up with, or some projects, or, you know, something different for you guys. So that's the plan anyway. And that's this week's episode, brought to you by Big Indian Drift Pit. Stop on by. Only 3 Thursdays left. Yo, shout out to Go. Actually, I don't think it is. Well, maybe it's 3 Thursdays left. I don't know. I'll be there the 16th. Wear your fucking Devastator shit. Bring a full face helmet and holler at somebody, you know, and maybe they'll take you for a ride. And you know, it's funny because like we've only been there about 5 times now, but like now I know people. I fucking know regulars. I know drivers. I know fucking hosts. But you know, you guys know me, that's just kind of the way I am. If I'm going to be somewhere, like, though we know the fucking greeter at Walmart, you know, we know the fucking greeter, what up, Rick, over at BJ's, you know, people that we see all the time, we know all these motherfucking people, and that's just kind of the way I am. But, you know, things like that, I want to get to know everybody. I don't want to just be like, oh, yeah, they come here and sit there. Fuck that, man. I want people to know who we are, and let's get you some Devastator shit, and let me see if I can maybe we could do some fucking drip lines on someone's fucking car and fucking blast it out, or, you know, whatever the fuck, man. Whatever, you know, that's kind of what I had to use one night only, though. Other shit would be fun, but one night only would have to be what it was. So yeah, go check that shit out, man. Go watch some videos. It really is impressive, and they do a really good job at doing all kinds of shit. It's a really good fucking time. So if you can make it, man, come look for us on Thursday the 16th, whenever it is. I think it's Thursday. I'll be there. Wear your Devastator shit. And it's a troop, man. It is a troop. It's a fucking about 40 minutes from Buffalo. So from Rochester, it's got to be 2 hours. So if you're coming, pack a motherfucking lunch, boy. Don't plan on getting home till midnight. Word that. But everything is there. There's food there. There's fucking smokes there. There's fucking a store, a full fucking convenience store with candy and snacks and drinks and fireworks and marijuana and fucking a parts store and a fucking gas and everything. Whatever you want is all right there. It's very fucking convenient. There's vendors. There's fucking all kinds. Maybe I'll vend. Maybe we'll do a vend. I'll get a fucking tent. Anyone got a tent? Maybe I'll talk and see what's the deal about a tent and have the fucking Devastator shop up in that bitch. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But That's it, you guys. I love you. Punch Marker, Machine Studio. Fucking, let's keep making great fucking things out there. Everyone else, man, keep popping in and saying what's up. Comment, share, tell everybody, push whatever. Hit me up. Don't ever feel fucked up about sending me a message and just saying like I like that or I don't like that or whatever. And if you do want to tell me that you don't like something, try to let me know that's why you're doing it, so I don't just think you're like a random ass person that's just talking shit, because mad people talk shit. So just say, hey man, you said you wanted some fucking, whatever, critical, what is that called? Critiquing or whatever, fucking, and I think I like this, but I don't like this, and I'm totally fine with that. But if you come in like, oh, that fucking shit is beat, son, that shit is gay, then I'll be like, fuck you, yo. And then I won't realize that I asked for this, and I just think you're a dickhead from the comments. Son, I'm not bullshitting you. I've been blocking people. My block list probably gained about 100 people in a fucking week. Oh, real quick. So then this other motherfucker, I don't know who the fuck it is, right? He comments, and he's not wrong, but fuck you. We're not friends. You can't say that about me. He commented in the one, and I don't even think I was complaining. I was talking about, it was the fucking mixing ball video where I said, I got the bigger mixing balls. And the dude commented, yo, this dude complaining in every video. And I don't even think I was complaining in that one. I said I got bigger mixing balls because the shit was causing a fucking problem sometimes. Fuck you. So I said something like, he made some magazine somewhere, some fucking, whatever, his zine. Yeah, okay. And I said, man, yeah, good luck on your publication and everything. So, of course, I go to his page. $5 dice scribes. Oh, of course. The ones with the ones that I had to get rid of the other guy because fucking he was saying shit I didn't like the other day. I cleaned a little bit of the house up. I got rid of the other guy who kind of had the same thing with the same tips and the fucking dice, and they used the same. I don't know. I personally think it's slightly inferior. I've never really liked the idea of the open point, even if it's got like the little red fucking condom on it. I never really like that. It's hard to manipulate with your fingers, and if you're doing something, it's hard to keep your little fucking condom and put it back on the fucking thing. So that's why the scribes that I fuck with have the either caps, or I figure out a different way to cap them. And I just that just wasn't like, I don't know, it fucked. Anyway, it just seemed like it was gonna be something that you lost the red thing, now you got this fucking tungsten fucking dagger fucking punch point in your fucking pocket, whatever, I don't know. But anyway, of course he's selling those, and he hits me back with something like, yeah, if you ever want to run a free ad, let me know. And I said, fucking nah, man, the competition in Canada is real tough with all them original products coming out of there. Talking about fucking hit the street, stealing everything, and obviously this fucking dickhead stealing my shit. Come on, son. What the fuck, man? Take 20 fucking minutes and come up with something original, would you? Fuck. And I always said, I didn't come up with the dice scribe. I didn't. Someone else had done it beforehand. I sent them messages. People said this guy did it. I sent them messages. The page has been inactive for fucking years and years. And I sent him a message, yo, do you care if I da 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 da? And then I never heard back. So I said, fuck it. I tried to do it. And if he would have said nah, I would have never done it. But this dead page from fucking 2013 or 2014 or whatever the fuck it was, it was different. It wasn't like mine. It was more like the other shit, with the fucking thing sticking out of it, the sharp fucking point and whatever, Anyway, it was inferior to what as far as I think, but I don't know what the fuck I was going with this. But anyway, the fucking... And so I said that, and I said, man, block. So I didn't say enough to, like... I didn't say anything. But then I was like, I'm doing it again. What I said I wasn't going to do, I'm fucking entertaining this bullshit. So I screenshotted his stolen product before I blocked him. And then, you know... Whatever. I can't... And that's why that other opportunity thing that I couldn't really run with. And you know what? Might end up running with it soon at some point. I don't know. Or figuring out some... You know, talk to Punchmarker. And maybe we'll make that other thing that we were talking about happen. In another way. Or he'll make it happen. And we can make something similar happen. But, alright guys. That's it. I love you. I gotta get in here and get some food. I love you very much. I will fucking see you soon. Well, I won't probably see you soon. But, you know... Peace. Peace. Blah, 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 blah.